What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in here, guys. Greatly appreciate it. So, first off, got a new hat. What do you think? I like it. But the best thing about this video is not the hat. It's actually what we got in the mail. So, I recently reached out to Buck Rails, and if anybody knows who that is, awesome. If you don't, they make custom 3D printed parts for air guns. And they were kind enough to send out a piece for my Umarex Notos. Let's take a look at it. So I did already open up this box just to make sure all the contents were in here, but so that way you can view it too. We're gonna use this fun, custom 3D printed knife. Got this from one of my users. Went ahead and sent it to me. I think it's pretty cool. Allows you to be able to use an Allen key, Allen wrench to go ahead and unscrew that. And then you can go ahead and switch out the utility blade for a new one if it's ever old. And it's magnetic, so it doesn't just flop around. So, karambit for the win. So, let's take a look at this here. If I can do this right. Alright, there's the packing slip. So why are these things so cool? Why would we want a 3D printed piece on the Umarex Notos? Well, I actually wanted to put this thing on a tripod. I am not the greatest offhand shooter, so I said, why not? Let's see if we can get one of these, put it on the Umarex Notos. That way we can get an arc rail attached to this thing. See if we can improve our shots until I can get better. I know it's kind of a lame excuse, but hey, this thing is freaking cool. So the difference between this piece and what you would typically see for your normal 3D printer is that this is a laser sintered 3D part using a laser. So pretty much it melts down the plastic itself and layers it so that we get this much finer, much stronger material, much cleaner looking than you would with your typical 3D printer. But enough talking about what this is. Let's get this thing installed. So for the tripod, we're going to be using the K&F Concept BH28L. It's kind of a nifty little tripod. A lot fancier than the $25 ones I've been getting at the discount store. So, kind of cool. Easy release here for the Arca. I can slide it out. And here we're going to be using the Fanu M-LOK Arca rail because that is kind of rail that this is set up to be with. So we're going to go ahead and put it here at the very bottom. But still at the same time, I can't get over the detail. Sorry, I can't get this to focus here. That has gone on into the making of this piece. Like, every little screw isn't just in there. There is a piece of metal that holds on to this sucker so that way this thing is not coming off. I mean, I've done a lot of 3D printing, but this laser printing, my goodness, that is like flawless perfection. I've only kind of seen that when it's with the resin stuff, not with lasers. Here, I'm getting it dirty because of the table. But I mean, look at that. Thing is just dialed in. Man. Because this is my first time actually installing an M-LOK, I wanted to make sure I got it right. So I went ahead and disassembled the piece and put this in before putting it on the unit. Because they're these small little, I guess you could call them nuts, but it's what actually locks the pieces in. And you can see that it kind of just rides right on top of that rail right there, making sure that it does not slip through the cracks. So just want to make sure I got that seated in the position that I wanted. Back here, you can kind of see where it has a weird looking boat to it. It's a little different than here in the front. This is actually the front where it goes towards your fill port, and that's the back where it rides on the back of your Notos. Now I've gotten it on, and man, that thing is like laser squared in. There is no wiggle room for that. Once that gets in, each one of those little protrusions is perfectly fitted for the spot in the groove that it's in. I mean, that thing is in there solid. I'm not going to put down too much pressure on that, just enough to hold on to it. So just hand tight. You don't really need anything strong. Now, there are these little screws here that pretty much create a stopping point, so you can't really go any further than that for your ARCA rail. But I'd say it's turning out pretty nicely. Now, you do have to admit, they did think of every little nook and cranny and detail on this thing. Because, man, that thing is on there snug. And just like that, she is on and installed the Umarex Notos. Look at that. I think my scope's a little bit of overkill. Nah, I think she's perfect. This thing's freaking awesome. Love it. A very special thank you again to Buck Rails for sending out this wonderful M-LOK rail here for the Umarex Notos. I greatly appreciate it. I will definitely be putting it to good use. If any of you are interested in getting your own M-LOK rail for your Umarex Notos, I'll go ahead and drop a link in the description down below. But I do want to leave you with one final message. Put your trust in God, my boys, but mind to keep your powder dry. Thanks for watching.